Hello everyone, we are back in Pacific Drive. So I managed to get all the way to Red Meadow Research Facility. So we're gonna check that out today. And it's not like you're missing anything, because like we have to drive through this whole place anyway. And I was just like scavenging and finding materials. Oh yeah, I've got roof rack storage. All my panels are armored now, and I've got lead plated doors. Now, I think you're gonna have to like start like making multiples of things, like because some zones have more radiation and then other zones have more lightning and stuff. So I'm thinking I've got to make like insulated doors and then have them in the garage and then put them on when I know I'm going to one of those places. I don't know, maybe. Oh, and I found a whole heap of recordings as well, like that blue thing on the map. It's like a recording. So we'll go grab this one and we can actually listen to those while we drive to the new area. I think it's this way. Ow! I have noticed the reactions to when I grab one of those is like so much worse now. Okay.
No, I'm telling you, the helmsman never made it out of the zone. He died here.
Not this again. I still don't know why you're so convinced he existed in the first place.
Driver, back me up here. This is how the story goes. It was the winter of '72. A ship set sail down the Columbia River 100 miles east of here. The helmsman was overcome by bad weather, and while in a particularly foggy patch, the boat hit something, and the impact threw him from the deck. When he woke up, he was on a boat on this very lake, smack in the middle of the zone, with no idea how he got there. He had with him a ridiculous amount of cash and made anyone and everyone to get him out of the zone. But no matter how he tried to leave, on foot, in a transport, he would always head into a fog and reemerge on another boat. At last count, the great pileup was 20 boats high and 30 boats wide.
A limb duplication glitch, nothing more.
And you, of all people, blaming limb tech instead of a good old-fashioned mystery?
It doesn't add up. Artist's favorite pastime was carting people out of the zone. How could someone actually fail to escape? And a mysterious man with a backpack full of cash, and the one place he can't spend it. Seems awfully fishy to me.
So there was like duplication? That would have been like living like Groundhog Day or something. Although there was proof that you were already there. Did I go the right way? Oh yeah. There's a couple more.
I can't. Yeah, I can't even look at it. Francis, you explain it.
And maybe you've already seen them, driver. A freestanding bright blue door in its frame, out in the wilderness with nothing around it. If you do see one, don't get anywhere close to it.
I don't want to talk about it.
He was pretty close to a doorway when it opened. It's called the inverting doorway. When the door is shut, it's safe. But once in a while, it opens, and everything near it is turned inside out. Its victims are mostly bears, squirrels, and birds. They all go through hell. Meat and bones on the outside, fur and feathers on the inside. It's not fun to see. Once, a group of hikers didn't heed the warning, and
No, we're done here, driver. If you see one, you stay away from it. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
I haven't seen a blue doorway yet. I think there's more. Okay, these are the tapes that I found.
I have the distinct honor to introduce to you the American people, a new scientific frontier with a raw power like limb technology in the good hands of true patriots like Dr. Ophelia Turner. The potential is limitless. On this day, we welcome our Faraday future.
Oh, is that it?
The press coverage of limb technology is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at first. In the decade between 1955 to 1965, limb is called many things. The promise of the future, the herald of a new age, and never spoken of again. You don't have to dig very deep for the gaps in the story to emerge. The presidential demonstration is the only physical proof we ever see of it. Compared to the Manhattan Project, developed under airtight shroud of secrecy, why was LIM paraded around in the papers? And if it really was the technological quantum leap to answer all our wildest dreams, why did it blink out of existence? The story of LIM technology is one hell of a maze, and the key to it is a woman named Dr. Ophelia Turner. Did Ophelia Turner, by all measure a failed physicist as far as her public record goes, truly invent LIM technology? Or was she held up as a Rosie the Riveter for the Cold War? An atomic Annie to excite the masses during the no-holds-barred race against the Soviet Union? Was she a myth, martyr, or monster? A figment of the imagination? True savior? Or convenient scapegoat? I'm Chiaki Saruhashi, and in this 9-part series, I aim to find out.
Whoa! I really hate these guys. Oh, golly gosh. Was not expecting that. Whoa. Oh, do you know what? Is that lead? Maybe it's not. Have I scanned one of those? Yep. What? Did my storage break?
Welcome back. This is Frequency File, Episode 2. In the last episode, I told you about the curious case of Dr. Ophelia Turner. When it comes to this enigmatic individual, one of 3 versions is true. Myth, martyr, or monster. To be able to weigh her in turns as heretic, genius, scapegoat, we must first set the stage. When I started down this path to discover who she was, what she did, and ultimately what happened to her, I expected to lead me to one of the strangest mysteries of the Pacific Northwest, the Olympic Exclusion Zone. But let me rewind a bit. In Northwest Washington State, there are 3,600 square miles of vibrant wilderness called the Olympic Peninsula. Bounded by water on 3 sides, it was a wonderland for outdoorsy types, with snow-capped mountains and salmon-bearing rivers and pristine rainforests. Up until 1955, it was the residence of 100,000 people, including Ophelia Turner. It was her birthplace, her hometown, and, it turns out, ground zero and sacrificial lamb for the promise of LIM technology. In true fashion, the government never comes out and says that's what led to the creation of the Olympic Exclusion Zone. But the chain of events were in plain sight. Strange accidents, leading to the government's claim of eminent domain and subsequent seizure of the peninsula. The evacuation of 100,000 people, and the attempt and abject failure at containing the rumors that spread like wildfire. Because it turns out, even with the government's resources at your disposal, keeping secrets is a tricky business. You can bet there was plenty of talk as a result. Lucky me, because I had plenty of questions.
Turns out I already scanned that thing.
Here's what we know. Over 50 years ago, in November of 1946, Dr. Ophelia Turner was 27. She had recently returned home to the Olympic Peninsula to lick her wounds after a failed stint in academia. In a fit of obsession or redemption, or quite frankly, both, she cobbled together a laboratory in her basement and produced the first limb wave on nothing but a killer hunch and plain ingenuity. Or so the story goes. It's never clearly stated anywhere what limb waves and limb technology really were. It's all vague claims and wild theories, dreams that border more on the mystical than the scientific. What we do know is that limb stood for unlimited frequency. Radio waves, once souped up and modulated just right, supposedly enabled the control of matter in a way that modern science both back then and now could only dream of. After Dr. Turner's discovery, she and a few friends, scientists and PhDs all, toyed with limb in their garage labs for about 4 years. The local police and fire departments start making regular house calls, spurred on by increasingly disgruntled neighbors calling in about incidents that seem to grow larger and more disturbing as the years go on. After one too many reports, the federal government takes notice, and thus begins their severe interest in limb technology. The next part happens quickly. In 1955, the United States government seizes not only the physical area where Dr. Turner and her scientists lived, but the entire concept of limb technology. The area is at first evacuated under the pretense of safety, but quickly commandeered by the government. They establish a brand new department called ARDA, Advanced Resonance Development Authority, which was to be headed by Dr. Turner herself. Over the next 15 years, the government expands the zone's borders. They clear out civilians as they go and erect massive 500-meter walls to keep out an increasingly curious public. The zone started in the northernmost tip of the peninsula, then expanded outward twice. Once in 1961, again in 1967, to the outer perimeter we see now.
I should have stayed on the road. Whew. Oh. Should have stayed on the road. It's just like the road was going all the way around there. I would have run out of fuel, I reckon. Looks like I've got half a tank left. Alright, and we are here.
Oh, jeez. You know, I remember Red Meadow like it was yesterday. You up to your eyeballs in paperwork. Francis coated in chalk dust from the blackboards.
You mistaking my lab notes for trash pile and throwing away weeks of work?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see it again.
They bulldozed that facility to the ground. There's nothing left to reminisce about.
Yeah, I can't believe my side storage is gone. What, is it empty? Wow, it is. That didn't fill it very much, did it? Do I still have my side lights? I have one side light. Okay, this car does not have any fuel in it. What is that? Moldy balloon. Whoa!
Do you ever regret all this?
From the very second I heard your voice coming through my speakers.
I mean, everything that happened here. Handing over Lim. The way the project ended.
It cost you Alan. Your career.
Whoa!
The entire damn Olympic Peninsula. But you're still here.
So are you. You chose your urban legends over everything else.
You wonder if I regret it.
Oh, I have no interest in regret. I want to know if you ever felt that leaving was a real option.
After everything I've seen...
No!
No. Not a chance.
Then we have that in common.
I need to fix my car.
How's Francis?
He hasn't left the bedroom.
I'm sorry. You didn't know about his demotion. It wasn't my secret to tell.
It's fine. This is between him and me.
Oh no. Oh no. It's happening again. Oh, and I bet I took the other light out. I did. I've lost that bumper? That was an armored bumper. No.
So, what did Alan tell you about his work? He was second in command of Dr. K's lab, after all.
Alan didn't discuss his work with me, nor did I share mine with him.
You were head of the whole stinking department. You must have known something about what their lab was doing.
If there was anything useful to be found, I'd have sussed it out already. Well, that's all I did after the accident. Tried and failed to find any answers.
And now my battery's flat. There's a building here, right? This has to have copper, right? Yes. I didn't heal my bumper. Okay. We have a light again. Let's just get to this place. Whoa! Where did that come from? There's a wall around this whole thing? Oh, it needs a bulb. Did I pick up a bulb? Can I put that in there? Oh no. Why do they need to build like a huge big wall? Oh, is it a road? No, there's definitely a wall here. What was this glowy thing? I can't go there? Nope. Cannot go there. Okay.
Dr. K's lab has got to be here somewhere.
How am I supposed to get to Dr. K's lab? Unless there's a hole.
Dr. K's access records were coded to the lab that used to be here.
I'm feeling less optimistic by the second. Now to scour this place clean.
Something's here. We just can't see it.
Oh, following a hunch. Not your usual MO, Oppie.
No, but being suspicious of order is.
So what, I'm just following this?
Whoa, driver, hang on. Where are you going? That should have been the end of the facility.
According to the blueprints, anyway.
We're going this way? No, that's a wall too. I don't know, where am I going? I found fuel. Man, it's so hard to see with only one headlight. Oh, that looks like it's a dead end.
Security protocol activated. Scan artist security credentials immediately.
Well, well. After all these years, an artist still has something to hide. We're definitely onto something now.
Driver, anything you find down there, scan and transmit it back to us. We'll work on disengaging the security protocol.
Okay, here's something. This thing in the deep zone, they called it the well.
Oh, fantastic. Tobias, run those reports through the decryptor and see what you can find.
Need copper wire. And I need electronics.
Oh, you'll like this, Tobias. Your remnant origin story, if you will.
Let me guess. You're about to ruin a good urban legend with a bunch of science.
Fine, I'll read this one myself. Nice work, driver. We'll review these and summarize our findings after.
Okay, but how am I supposed to get out of here without a battery?
these diagrams, though. It looks like he was trying to convey something.
You can admire the doctor's newfound art skills all you want. You won't find anything useful in them.
Do you guys know where I would find, say, an electronic piece somewhere? Anywhere? Maybe there's one over there?
This is a decrypted record of the accident. Hoppy, are you sure you want to hear this? It's got details about Ellen's final moments.
It's been over 30 years. I'm past ready. Go on, driver. Keep snooping and see what else you can find.
Come on, there's so many bloody computers here. Why can't I scrap one of them?
Alan's lab notes. Maybe my late husband sent us something useful from the grave after all.
And you're all clear.
Give us a moment. We'll let you know what we found in all this data. You can make your way back to the auto shop after you're done scouring the place. And driver, thank you.
Oh, I can walk across that. So... Guys, I can't get back. My car no worky. I don't know how my car's working. And I'm almost out of fuel. Oh, just get to the gate. Just get to the gate. Holy crap! Get in the car, get in the car! Let's just hope we don't run out of battery. Whew.
Now we go into the deep zone. Easy peasy.
Except for the issue of the old wall.
Right, yeah. That.
You got some genius idea up your sleeve, huh?
Is that how you think it works? That scientists conjure up genius at will?
Well, yeah. Do you?
Well, in this case, I do. But don't expect it to work like that every time. Driver, the quarantine checkpoints will be the best way through the old wall, but they're death traps in their own right. But I designed something to help. Check out the blueprints I sent over.
And you sent blueprints over? Why am I holding this?
The old anomalies took up residence in the crossing points. It's not enough to have a shield. The shield itself needs to be shielded.
The energy drain on that shield is massive. It won't last you more than 5 seconds.
Yes, and?
Do they pause every time I'm in my menus?
You'll need to recharge on the go, but the deep zone's grid is completely dark.
You know, what if we could reroute our power into the deep zone? But we need to jumpstart the network somehow.
That car is basically the world's most overpowered electromagnet on wheels. The driver induces a current, then you open the electrical floodgates.
They'd have to induce the current the entire way through the old wall while making the crossing and maintaining speed.
I don't know what to tell you. If you don't believe the driver and that car's got what it takes by now, then go back to hunting ghosts. We've got a job to do here.
This could work. Are you in, Francis?
I don't know.
Look, we have a real chance of losing everything at the old wall. I'd like to not fail this far along.
How can we know this will work?
We don't. That's how science works. We form a theory, and we test it, and we fail. And fail, and fail, and only sometimes do we succeed.
Come on, Francis.
I don't want to fail.
Please?
Fine. I'll do it.
All right. The team is assembled.
Driver, get on with building that limb shield. We'll work on spinning up the power grid in the meantime.
Okay. Looks like I'm building a limb shield. That's great. Okay. I don't know how well they've thought this plan through. I almost didn't make that run. And what happened to my side storage? Whoops. I had like spare parts in there. Like, you know, another jump starter thing in case I needed one. I don't know how to fill up my jerry can. I'm pretty sure I can't use the nozzle. Oh, I can! Pretty sure I've tried that before and it didn't work. Alright, I'm gonna leave today's episode there. I really didn't think we were gonna make that. I don't know how we did because our battery was totally flat. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make the limb shield. And where have they said that we're going next? Oh, there. I guess we can go to there and then go there, maybe? I don't know. How do we get through there? Unless we have to go through these places. Maybe we have to go through these places. Yes. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one.